Hello everyone, welcome to Scrap Mechanic. In today's episode, I'll be showing you how to make a simple vehicle like this that accelerates and turns. Might seem simple, but for new players, it can be a little bit confusing. So we'll just place down your lift over here and build a simple platform. Now to change how you place things, you press Q. So at the moment it's doing it like flat. If I press Q, it changes and it'll do a wall. If I press Q again, it'll do a wall in a different direction. And you just press Q to cycle between all that. So just build a simple platform. Then what you want to do is using your up arrow, you can lift the lift up, and pressing down arrow obviously makes it go down. Then select your bearing. Place a bearing on where you want your turning wheels to be, your steering wheels. And you place it on the bottom. And then you can place blocks here. And depending on how big your wheels are, you'll have to have this further down, which I'll show in a second. So underneath here, if you hold out your wiring tool, you can see the bearings are still there underneath these blocks. Then if we place a bearing here and a wheel on it, as you can see, if we bring it down a bit, the wheel might just be able to go underneath this initial platform. If you want though, you can just take it off, take lift back up, and place another block just to be safe. So you place a bearing and a wheel, that's all you need. You can do the same over here, or you can have it however you want. Place a bearing, your wheel, another bearing, and another wheel. Then bring this back down so that we can hop up here and work on it. Place down your seat. You press Q to rotate the direction of your seat. So I want the front to be where my steering wheels are. So I place it like that. Then select your engine, place it wherever you want. Now keep in mind that these all have weight, so you do want to keep your vehicle somewhat symmetrical, or else it'll flip over a lot more easily than it already will, especially with a narrow build like this. Then if you select your wiring tool, you can select the engine to the steering wheel, or the seat. This means that when you press forward on the seat or backwards, it'll activate the engine. Then select the engine to where you want your wheels to be powered. I'll only have the rear wheels here. You can also hook up these front wheels, but you don't need to. So that's that done. And as you can see here, this shows you the rotation of the wheel. So as it's set up at the moment, this wheel, when I press W while I'm in the driver's seat, will go forward, and this wheel will go backwards. To change that, you just right click, and it changes. So now they'll both go in the same direction. And when I press backwards, they'll automatically go the other way. If I had my seat the other way around, I would simply turn them both there, and then that would be forward. Pretty simple. Now, up here, we're not going to hook up these wheels. These are going to be turning wheels, and they're only going to move when these are moving, purely through the momentum. But this bit up here, the top bearings, we connect this to the steering wheel, and they will automatically be hooked up. So when I press A and D, or whatever your turning buttons are on your keyboard, A, it'll go left, and D, it'll go right. And then we also need to remember to put a little bit of speed up on the engine, or else it'll move really slowly when you go to test it. Now, if you're not sure which direction these should be facing, they'll both face the same way. You can simply lift up your lift, deselect the tool, because if you're holding the wiring tool, you can't actually right-click to remove it. But if you hover over the lift or any other block, you can hold right-click, and it'll get rid of the lift. And now you're ready to try it out. So you hop in, W goes forward. As you can see, it works. And then we can try it. So I'm going to press A, and it's turning to the right, which it shouldn't. And D is making a turn there. So to fix this, you don't need to put it back on the lift. Simply pull out your wiring tool. And what you can do is you can just right-click these. You right-click both of them. And now, when I press A, it'll turn to the left. And when I press D, it'll turn to the right. Perfect. Now, as you can see, when we pick up some speed, the wheels do start lifting off and it starts to tilt. All of that is purely based on your speed, the weight of all of the blocks on your vehicle, and the size. If this was a lot wider, that wouldn't happen. I'd be able to just turn at almost any speed. In fact, here, you can bump up the speed here, and it goes quite fast, as you can see, but it does start flipping a lot easier. But there you go. These same basic mechanics can be applied to just about anything you want. You can even have multiple turning wheels, but that's a little bit difficult, and I might actually go through that in another video, because it does work somewhat differently. Okay, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like the video, subscribe if you want to see more, and turn on notifications, because I plan on learning more about the game and how to play it, and so I'll be making tutorials as I learn myself. Alright, thank you guys for watching.